everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game could be full of exciting plays as we have two teams who can get up and down the field. The Redskins are top 10 in total yards, and they go up against the Broncos, who will have to try and slow them down. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 6 matchup.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Denver Broncos and the Washington Redskins. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Three yards to go here on 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility? I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away.
It's picked up by the Broncos.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. On the right side, caught by Green. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, after those plays, the offense coordinator has to feel like he has balance in his favor. Threw it, then ran it, both for nice chunks of yardage. Now he feels like he's got things going in his direction, but the defensive coordinator, his guys are off balance a little bit. How does he set up, and what does he plan for on the next play? Is there a tendency there he can lock in on and maybe set his defensive call? Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run. Anderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in the end, the decision to bring it out costs him a few yards as he's out of bounds just past the 20. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
3rd down, 15 yards still needed. Play clock winding down. 3rd and long for Cousins. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Cousins to throw it, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
They'll come out in the pistol. Cousins now from the 50. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Markevius Kiki Mingo is one of those versatile outside linebackers who can rush the passer as a defensive end, yet drop into coverage.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Well, 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. The linebacker, William Compton, in on the tackle. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
On 2nd down, Anderson. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. 3rd down now following the run. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. On 3rd down, Lynch. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 20. Cousins with a give to Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. They come out here in the eye.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
2nd down, Cousins. Looking deep downfield. And it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
In the backfield is Anderson. On first down, it's Lynch. And caught right side, Green. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Second down now after the pass completion. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing, Lynch. Green's got it over the middle. And he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They run it again with Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They go play action here on first down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it's a first down for the Broncos. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about...
And he coughed it up. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A lot of people call it a toss, a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Paxton Lynch with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And he puts it through. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9.
No, check, Patriot.
The play clock's running down. Here's Cousins. Throwing right, and that's complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Now let's go.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. To throw is Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. After the interception, here's Lynch. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From midfield now, here's Lynch. He's got his man here. It's Green. A 3-yard. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They pitch it out to Anderson. Room here to run. 20. A big-time run there by Anderson. 41 yards. He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
Let's go. 3-19.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Von Miller in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. 2nd down, Cousins. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 11 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
It's caught. Humphreys. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Lynch to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. He's going to take a shot. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out now come the Redskins. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Blue 90.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Final play of the half, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Watch it now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go.
Again, Anderson. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Nice production there from the former undrafted free agent C.J. Anderson.
And teams always want to bring people in with guys like C.J. Anderson. Okay, he's undrafted free agent. He's done well for us. Let's draft a guy over top of him or bring in someone else. And guess who always ends up emerging? C.J. Anderson. Every single time. Remember that big run in overtime to beat the New England Patriots in 2015 season? He's something.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Alfred Blue, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And it's up and good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's third down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Throwing, Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
If you love pressure,
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Patriot! Let's go! Detroit!
Third down now. It's C.J. Anderson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Fielded at the 33. A solid stiff arm. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal.
Touchdown, Washington! Josh Doctson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
So it'll be first down here after the run.
No, check. Patriot. Blue 90.
Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And a cut to the sideline. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3.
Here we go now. Green.
Now they'll toss it here to Blue. And some space here. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
They'll run. This is Blue. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Alfred Blue with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
All right, here we go.
Second down, Cousins. Ducks him with a grab over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So completion on second down. That brings up 3rd.
Now let's go. Blue, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins going up top. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still...
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Toss play. This is Anderson. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more, plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. They come up in an offset eye. On 3rd down, Lynch looking deep for Demarius. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, D. Milliner. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, guys. Who's happy about this?
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Lynch. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
No, check, Patriot. Now go now.
Thomas, the lone receiver left. Throwing, Lynch. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And McManus able to put it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though,
Yeah.
because you're exactly right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Clean up.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. So they're going to go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. That's caught at the 2. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Now Anderson. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's taken in at the 9. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, you gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And quickly, they get to the line. Cousins now on second down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Cousins from his end zone on third down. Throwing left side, it's complete. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 97 yards. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, a conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Coming right, this is Anderson on the toss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. They come up in an offset eye. They toss it left side to Anderson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Second down, Cousins. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he's brought down. And give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Wonder what's in the offensive playbook on 3rd and 13. We're about to find out.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And the former 4th-round pick in 2012 continuing to prove some of those doubters wrong that he used to have.
I remember when he got selected, there was a lot of controversy about that because remember, Robert Griffin III, they made the big move up to take him in the 1st round. And people wondered, why would you take a second rookie quarterback? Well, it's because he's smart, he studies hard, he prepares, he's ready to play. And now he's commanding the respect of his team and playing at a really high level.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot.
Play action now. Cousins. Caught right side. Davis. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Jackson's got it over the middle. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Check. Patriot. Here we go. Patriot. Blue 90.
On 3rd down, Cousins bringing it in. Jackson left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards there and a 1st down. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. From the red zone now, Cousins got a man and he hits him in stride. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.